Welcome to the Gin Weekly Update for Friday, September 28th, 2018. I'm Joel Yaste. If you're at the Pat Node Retreat this weekend, or you're at the Germany event last weekend, or both, or wherever you are in the world, we're sending you energy and positivity. Dr. Tom is at the Pat Node Retreat this weekend, but he had some time to sit down with us and give us this update. Dr. Tom?
Hello, I'm Dr. Tom, and I'd like to welcome you to this Friday's update. And I want to begin by congratulating the new members that we have inside this global information network, this club, this global club. Because this month, we have already added members from France and from Australia and from Kosovo and from the Deutschland and also from Switzerland and also from Canada and of course our number one country this month comes in at Germany. Congratulations to Peter and Claudia for the spectacular job that you are doing in Germany and for the members that are joining from overseas. We are so proud and so honored, and as Dr. Ted and Blaine and I talk about this on a daily basis, about how we are impacting lives and how we're making changes in the lives of people all over the globe, all over the planet. It is so rewarding for us to know how you can impact people's lives, how you can make those changes. Because the changes we're talking about in the Global Information Network are not just changes in individuals. These changes apply to changing your family and changing generations and changing multiple generations and changing generations to come. People that we will never have the opportunity to meet can benefit from the work that we're doing, can benefit from applying the principles that we talk about inside the Global Information Network. And as a matter of fact, while we're on a global topic and a global role, if you will, I was going to announce that I'm going to be doing a training for practitioners in Motor Health System in Paris on October the 12th and the 13th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. And we'll be out at the airport in Charles de Gaulle, and there'll be a tab below that you can click on for this next piece, actually for either of those pieces. And that is, I'm going to be doing a training on Sunday, which will help you to focus on your vision, on your dreams, on your goals, and we will actually sink them in. Now, some of you had the opportunity to do similar types of trainings with us previously, years ago, when we did 3-day classes. Well, we have condensed that, and we have molded that particular training so that you can get the most out of it in the shortest period of time. And I'm going to be doing that on Sunday in that same location. We'll be at the Best Western out there in Roissy, at Charles de Gaulle, if you're flying into one of those airports. And again, there'll be a tab below for you to be able to register. This is where we're going to begin to explain how the mind works and explain how you can begin to take charge of your lives. Because this is a tenet. It's one of the themes that happens inside Gin. You see, one of our goals is to make the capable more capable. Let me repeat that. To make the capable more capable. Now, what does that mean? What that means to us is that we are allowing you to enhance your lives. If you have a desire, if you have a will, if you have the fortitude to want to better yourself in an area of health, wealth, or relationships, we have the ability to do that inside this club. And that's what we're talking about, to make the capable, those who desire to improve or to grow some aspect of their life. That's what we're going to be able to do in that class and what we do in the Global Information Network. It's the purpose of why we do what we do. You know, when we talk about growth in these areas, you have to think about, well, why do I not already have that goal? Why do I not already have that dream? Why have I not realized that vision? And you can move very easily into a defeated or a lack of mentality, which puts you into that law of attraction, that side of the law of attraction, where you actually consciously, cortically think you're moving in one direction because you want something, when in reality, the fact that you want it means you don't have it, which can put you and trigger you into a lack of mentality. And so we talk about what is it that holds people back? What is it that holds people back? And if I had to put it into one word, it would be fear. It's the fear of something. And so I spent some time this week looking up the fears that occur in the Laws of Success, the very book that I read from last week. And I spent time on that because fear, when we've taught classes for 1,600 classes for 43 years worldwide, what is it that people have in common that holds them back? And I found it was amazing that written in 1928 were these very specific fears. The number one fear that holds people back and keeps people from success is the fear of poverty, the fear of not having enough money. Poverty, number one. Number two, the fear of old age. Well, let me just alleviate that fear a little bit, because the goal is to grow older. It's to do that just a little. It's like one day at a time. You've all had friends or acquaintances or family members who you've noticed have a particularly large amount of stress or something that's going on, something that they're battling emotionally or physically, and they tend to age faster. Well, the good news is we're all aging because you're still here to age. So let's just put that fear aside. There is no need to fear old age. It's the goal. We want to get older. We desire to get older. It's moving us in that direction. The third fear is the fear of ill health. The fear of ill health, meaning once you lose your health, what else is there? You can't go and do and be or do or have the things that you wanted to go do. Maybe you spent your entire life dreaming about something. You had it all planned out. You had it all figured out, and then your health failed you. There is nothing more important from where I come from than the world of health. And we have a tremendous amount of information available to you in previously recorded webinars and information that you can get on the website about how to improve your health. How to improve your health. From using Mary's instruments to tapping to Motor Health System. There are so many, to meditation. There are so many ways in which you can enhance your health. Do not fear ill health. Be positive. Be focused on taking an action step. Take an active step. Be proactive to move forward to enhance your health. Do not live in a fear of ill health. And the next one is a loss of love. And that loss of love can wear many hats. The loss of love, typically it is of someone close to you. The loss of love. So I would encourage you to spend more time enhancing your relationships and what love means to you. Because it means a little bit, it can have many different meanings for people. The concept of love. It is a universal truth. And it is something that should not be feared, yet should be enhanced and should be respected. It should be something that you work on every day in some way. The love of oneself is incredibly important in the discovery of who you are. The next of those is criticism, the fear of criticism, the sharp tongue. So be careful with the words you choose when you converse with people. Be careful of the thoughts you think, because those thoughts, hopefully before you speak, you've already thought. Therefore, the thoughts you think create a frequency and a vibration and an energy about you. So think about what you think about when you think about it, and think about what you think about before you say it, and choose your words carefully. Because criticism plays into an inherent fear that people have. So maybe we could spend more time building people up rather than criticizing them. Just be careful the way in which you express your desires, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in business, makes no difference. They're conversations. And it is all about criticism in this particular fear. And the last one is the fear of death. Death should not be feared because it is inevitable. It's the one thing that is for sure that's coming. We will have a time when we move from this physical being into, I believe, back into a spiritual world. There is the spirituality of your life, and it is something that we focus on in the upper levels of this club. Understanding, who am I? Who am I? And what can I do while I'm here on this planet to enhance others? What can I do to make the world a better place? What can I do to build others up? What can I do to help and assist and aid others in overcoming those fears that I just addressed? Because we have found that common thread that runs through those fears is that people do not feel they are enough. They are incomplete. Well, let me tell you, our goal and dream and desire for this club is to help people understand how complete they really are, and how we can find those golden nuggets, how we can look for the gold and find it. Not just spend our life looking for it, but actually find it and utilize it to enhance our lives. In closing today, I'd like to share with you the solution in the Law of Success book. And it actually says, this is so classic. It says, not only do the physical shapes and colors of animals undergo slow, orderly change from one generation to another, but the mind of man is also undergoing constant change. We now refer to this as neuroplasticity. The mind of man is undergoing constant change. Herein lies your hope for improvement. You have the power to force your mind through a process of a rather quick change. A process of a quick change. In a single month of properly directed self-suggestion, you may place your foot upon the neck of every one of your 6 basic fears. That's pretty strong talk for 1928. You can place your foot on the neck of your fear in order to overcome it. In 12 months of persistent effort, you may drive the entire herd into the corner where it will never again do you any serious injury. You can corral these 6, you can put them in a corner and be done with them. With your mind, the power of your mind. You will resemble tomorrow the dominating thoughts that you keep alive in your mind today. Let me repeat that. You will resemble tomorrow the dominating thoughts that you keep alive in your mind today. Thoughts are things. You become what you think about most of the time. You've heard this stated many different ways. Ed and Nerlene have done a spectacular job of relaying this very message for decades. Plant in your mind the seed of determination to whip your 6 basic fears, and the battle will have been half won then and there. Just place it in your mind, take an action step, get a plan. Keep this intention in your mind, and it will slowly push your 6 worst enemies out of sight, as they exist nowhere except in your own mind. This is something that we focus on so much at Level 7, where we begin to get people to begin to develop daily habits to reinforce the positive side of the equation that others see as fear. The man who is powerful fears nothing, not even God. The powerful man loves God, but fears Him never. Enduring power never grows out of fear. Enduring power never grows out of fear. Any power that is built upon fear is bound to crumble and disintegrate. Understand this great truth, and you will never be so unfortunate as to try to raise yourself to power through the fears of other people who may owe you temporary allegiance. Fear is not the driving force. It is faith. Do you live in a world of fear where you let those fears pop into your mind and run your world and you react? The effect of your life choices, the effect of those choices is a result of fear? Or do you have a plan? Have you mapped out a plan? Have you developed a way in which you can rely on faith to move you forward through life? I certainly hope so, and I'd love to share some of those concepts with you, whether it's in Paris or in Punta Cana, makes no difference. Anytime we can share that transition, that change from fear to faith, it is a huge win for everyone involved. I hope you have a spectacular week, and once again, congratulations to our new members. I look forward to talking with you next week. Back to you, Joel.
Thank you, Dr. Tom. Well, that's the weekly update for Friday, September 28th, 2018. I'm Joel Yaste. We'll see you again next week.